Hey, you guys. Hey, everyone. Can you guys hear me? Hey, welcome back to my channel. I was not expecting to go live with this right now. We'll give it just a moment so more people can come in. I was actually on a member stream when I hopped over. I was over here on my computer talking to my members, and I hopped over to see if there was an update on Heche, and I read that there is an update, and it's not a good one, you guys. It's really sad. Like, I'm not even a follower of Anne Heche, really. Like, I know who she is. Like, I know who she is. I've watched some of her movies and things like that. Either way, it's sad. She's not very old. Yeah, she's been acting strange the last couple of years. I know that there was she apparently like went to a neighbor's house telling her neighbor that she thought she was abducted by aliens. Her husband, or they were never married. I apologize. But her ex, who she has a child with, I'm gonna go over this really quick. This is from Radar Online. Her ex, James Tupper, accused her of extended drug use during their cutthroat custody battle. So I'm gonna go over this because I think that it's important. She was depressed. She was tired. That's what I think. I literally wonder, was this on purpose? Like, did she purposely do this? Um, she has a 13-year-old and a 20-year-old. So, Anne Heche's baby daddy raised concerns about the actress's possible drug use well before her possible DUI crash that has left her in extreme critical condition and in a coma. Now, they were so it was being said that they drew blood. If it came back that she was under the influence of alcohol, she would get charged with a DUI and a hit and run. But it came back that she was actually under the influence of cocaine. So, in court documents obtained by Radar Online, Anne Heche's ex, James Tupper, accused her of possible extended drug use in his response to her explosive claims that he lost $450,000 of their money over shady deals. Um, so, James is who she has her 13-year-old son, Atlas, with. This was a really weird situation here. They were never married. They abruptly pulled the plug on their 10-year relationship in 2017, and things got ugly. Anne Heche accused James of trying to secretly sell their LA home behind her back. Following their breakup, the former couple initially agreed to an unusual agreement that they would live in the house individually, alternating weeks during their custody time with Atlas. Which I could, hey Brittany, which I could understand, why they might would do that. Like, I could, if me and Sean was to get a divorce, I could not see us getting a divorce, but like, say we did, and we have the kids, like maybe us just alternating. Like, I live here when it's my time with the kids, you live here when it's your time with the kids, something like that. So it's unusual, and not a lot of people want to do that, but you know. Now, after that, Heche claimed that James broke their agreement and changed the security code and keys. She said he planned to show the property to inspectors and put the home on the market. This was years ago. Anne Heche rushed to court in November 2019, asking the judge for an emergency ruling so she and her son would not be locked out of their home in the future. Now, in his response, he denied this, telling the court that he had not changed the codes in a decade. He also denied changing the locks on Anne. He said, "I truly don't understand this drama, and I hope it isn't linked to her extended drug use. Anne accusing me of denying her access to the house by changing the locks and the alarm code. This is absolutely false. I didn't change the locks, nor did anyone else. The code works today. It worked yesterday. It has worked continually for a decade. I've never deactivated it. On the night she claimed to have been cast out, her 17-year-old son entered and spent the night at the property without incident." Obviously, if Anne wanted into the house, even if she thought she lost the key or somehow forgotten the alarm code, she could have simply asked her son to let her in. The home and drug allegations weren't the only allegations among the exes who have continued to be at each other's throats for years over custody of their son. James's reference to Anne Heche's possible drug use is relevant now due to the nasty collision she was involved in on Friday, where she ran her car into a home, causing the vehicle and property to burst into flames. Now, I'm going to read. People assumed that she was under the influence of alcohol. She was caught on camera driving wildly with what appeared to be an alcohol bottle in the cup holder. The LA Police Department obtained a warrant for Anne Heche's blood. If it came back that she was under the influence of alcohol or drugs at the time, she would be charged with a misdemeanor DUI hit and run. Okay, so this is what just was released a couple hours earlier. Okay, Anne Heche suffered a catastrophic brain injury in the moments following her crash into a home, and as a result, the actress is not expected to survive. This is according to her representative. In the statement released Thursday night, Anne's representative tells TMZ, unfortunately, due to her accident, Anne Heche suffered a severe anoxic brain injury and remains in a coma in critical condition, and she is not expected to survive. Plans have been put in place to possibly donate Anne's organs. It has long been her choice to donate her organs. She is being kept on life support to determine if any are viable. They say we thank you. I guess this is, they say we thank you, everyone, for their kind wishes and prayers for Anne's recovery, and thank the dedicated staff and wonderful nurses that cared for Anne at the Grossman Burn Center at West Hills Hospital. TMZ broke the story. Anne Heche committed at least 2 separate hit and runs Friday in her Mini Cooper before crashing into a home and causing a fiery blaze. LAPD sources tell us blood tests determined the actress was under the influence of cocaine and possibly fentanyl at the time of the crash. Her rep finishes, Anne had a huge heart and touched everyone she met with her generous spirit. More than her extraordinary talent, she saw spreading kindness and joy as her life's work, especially moving the needle for acceptance of who you love. She will be remembered for her courageous honesty and dearly missed in her life. It's really sad. It's super, super sad. The viability of the organs is a huge thing because of her prolonged drug use or alcohol use. They may only be able to use her eyes. Wow. The homeowner, so from my understanding, the people living in the home was renting the home. There were homeowners, and then there were those that rented the home. No one was in the home at the time that this happened. They were outside of the home. And thankfully, she didn't kill anyone, outside of it seems herself. My friend's eyes were donated, and now a man can see. Wow. She didn't even hit the brakes. She was flying, going down that street. I don't believe she knew what world she was in. Yeah, see, that's what I wonder if it was like, because it just seemed like it was like, phew, like she didn't even hit the brakes. So was it intentional? Did she not know what world she was in? It's super sad, man. Super sad. Look at that. She's very pretty. Do you think she has been on life support and was not good? y'all look at this. Yeah, you have to be going really fast in your car for it to burst into flames. I thought she was pretty. There were moments where she was really pretty. Like here, I thought she was very pretty. Uh, maybe after she ran into the garage at the apartment, she sped off and didn't realize it was a T at the. Maybe so. 13. Yeah, both boys are hers. She's got a 20-year-old son and a 13-year-old son. It's very sad. No, she only has two children. Did not appear she intended being pregnant for any consequences. That's really a miracle. Nobody else was harmed. Let go, girl. May you find some peace. Heal your trauma. People hurt people. Hurt people. Um, yeah, she's been battling drugs for many years. Apparently, considering the things that her ex said, I think the guy that she was with may have had a daughter as well, and that's why you see the girl in some of the pictures. Anyone remember her from Men in the Trees? I'm glad her kids weren't in the car. Oh my goodness. I know. People were trying to get her to stop and get out, but she sped away from them, and then this happened. Thank you, Leslie Ann. Thank you so much. I think the girl is his. This is Anne Heche. She was in Kill Bill, right? Kill Bill. She was once married to Ellen. Yeah, she was once with Ellen DeGeneres. Were they married? Very possible. I think they were married. So this is one of the boys now. This is her ex, and I guess maybe his new wife and kids, or his wife and kids. But this is her son, and this must be a recent photo because her son is 13, the youngest one. Let me see if they were married because I don't want to say they were married if they weren't. I don't think they did. I just remember saying their breakup was bad. I don't think they got married. No. No, she only married Coleman LaFoon from 2001 to 2009. Her partners are listed as Ellen from 1997 to 2000, to James Tupper to 2008 to 2018. They were she was with him for 10 years and she was with Ellen for 3 years. And that was 22 years ago. Her and Ellen has not been together in 20 plus years. So I could understand why Ellen wouldn't have this like huge connection anymore to her. Yeah, that's true. That probably wasn't even legal back then. Yeah. Um, on how the homeowner is doing. From my understanding, so I know, and that's the thing. That's the thing is because you know the only reason we're even hearing about it is because it's Anne Heche, you know. But she wasn't in Kill Bill. Who was in Kill Bill? Um, so from my understanding, from what I read, the homeowners did not live in the home. They rented the home, but the people that rented the home was not in the home. The homeowners are more than likely, probably, I would imagine they're going to sue her estate. But um, I did also see that there was a GoFundMe started for. I don't know if it was for the homeowners or for the people living in the house, but there was a GoFundMe started. Uma Thurman, that's right. They're very similar. They kind of look alike. Uma Thurman, right? Don't they kind of look alike? Maybe not so much. Maybe here. They look alike a little bit. Anne was in Blow with Johnny Depp. There was a video where the reporter talked to a hairdresser who had cut her hair that morning 2 miles from the accident. He indicated that she wasn't acting abnormal or drunk or high, which is so odd. She didn't have the right to harm others. Yes, the homeowner was home. Yeah, they were not in the house though, right? From what I've read, they were not in the house, they were outside. They say she went through a really rough time when her and Ellen broke up, like super depressed. The GoFundMe was for the woman that lived there because everything she had was destroyed. Thank you, Cheryl T, for giving me that info. That's super sad. That's very, very sad. Oh, her her poor kids. Look at this. Don't they kind of look alike? A little bit. Just a little bit. Um, Bless her heart. They got the lady out with her dogs and pet turtles. Pet turtles. Hey, Julie. It's very sad. Like, it just really makes me sad for her kids. And it makes me wonder what was going on. Like, was she really just under the influence that she didn't know what was happening? Or was this like intentional? Was she like, it's all tragic? Yeah. So tragic. Hearing what her ex said, her youngest son's dad said, definitely makes me think that she absolutely suffers from some sort of um, maybe like psychosis induced by drugs, brought on by drugs. He talks about how they had this agreement that they would both live in the house uh, when it was their time to be with their child, that they would alternate who lived in the house. And for like no apparent reason, Anne thought that he changed the locks and the passcode. And it didn't make sense to him because he was like, the locks are the same, her key should work. And even if she lost the key, um, she would know the code. And even if she forgot the code, her son was there the night that she made all this up. And he said, I think this comes from her extended drug use that is leading her to come up with these. thoughts that are just not real. I wanted to play that video of her zooming by the ring cam, but I'm really scared that somebody will copyright me for that. She had already hit a person's garage before she went to plow into the house. Yeah. And they tried to get her to stop. Thank you, Symphony O 05. Thank you so much. It's super sad. Her eye makeup looks really pretty here. So incredibly sad. But that's what it is, you guys. I was on a member stream and I checked just to see if there was anything happening. And I saw that update and I was like, oh my goodness, I need to do a video about this. This is terribly sad. Uh, Definitely prayers for her family. And I don't think there's any coming back from this. Like I don't think they're literally saying she's not going to make it. They're already trying to figure out if her organs are viable to be donated. So I don't think it's like we're going to wake up tomorrow and they're say, oh, she took a turn and she's doing better. I think this is kind of it. Um, I feel really bad for her boys. It makes me think about Vaughn. It makes me think about Vaughn McCrae, Marvin McCrae. Like he's in a coma, and I think he had a similar brain injury. Like, what's the chances of like the fact that she apparently is not going to make it? What about Vaughn if they had like a similar injury? Her popping up out of the body bag on stretcher really freaked me out. Yes, yes, same. It definitely was shocking to see that. You know what I'm saying? To see that someone even commented, someone that was, I think they said they work in the medical field. Um, Let me see if I can find it. Um, I literally think that it was somebody that works in the medical field that said the way they had her in that bag, like completely covered up, that it looked like maybe they assumed that she was dead. Maybe they thought that she was like, maybe there was like a very low, faint pulse or something. Because they literally had her completely like covered. They had the straps over. They didn't seem to be rushing her to the ambulance. They were just kind of moseying along, pushing, and then bam, she pops up. Her brother died in a car accident, and Heche's brother did. Her life will be over as she knows it. If she were to live anyway, she'll be super duper sad. I've seen miracles. My father was supposed to be in a veggie state, but he woke up and it's almost normal. Wow. See, that's the one thing that I can't get past. That like I've heard stories. You hear these stories that doctors said they'll never be the same. They're just going to be in a vegetative state. So people, pull the plug, so to say, which I guess is like really they pull the plug, and then the person somehow comes out of it you know? And maybe they're not 100% better, but they have somewhat of a normal life. So I would be terrified to have to make that decision. And Vinny, you never emailed me. I think they believe she was dead. Perhaps couldn't get a pulse. They would have. They would never have strapped down, covered by a sheet. Otherwise, she was burned so bad. That's why she was rough like that. Um, what happened to him? So sad. No, they were coming for Burn. She was fighting, getting them between. Oh. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this one, you guys. I did see where John Hill passed, which I wasn't really familiar with him until, they wouldn't strap a sheet to Burns because it would stick. On a story I messaged you, we all thought you were fake, but LB wants you to come back. Oh, you're talking to Benny. They do need time, like for real. It took 12 days in a coma, and he has acquired brain injury now, so he's doing well 90% on good days. That makes sense. She was in a bag for burn victims to keep bacteria off. That makes sense. I'd like to hear if her brother did work on purpose. I'm gonna look more into that because that's the first that I've heard about it. Like I said, the most I know about Anne Heche is like when her and Ellen came out, and then watching a few of her movies. Which heck, I thought she was in Kill Bill because apparently I get her and Uma Thurman confused. But either way, this is extremely sad. I thought she did it on purpose. I was wondering if you look into the pattern of a burn pulmonary injury, as they say she has, it isn't likely to ever come back from that. Just an awful injury. Bless her. May she find peace. Thank you for being here, Reagan. Thank you for commenting. Well, I told you guys I was going to keep up with this, and I'm going to continue to follow this story. Like I said, I don't think, we're going to wake up and see that she took a turn for a better outcome. I don't think that's going to happen. They're already, putting out the statements that she's not going to survive, that they're going to donate her organs. It's so sad. It's so sad. In a moment's notice, a family's life just flipped upside down. Boys have lost their mother. Someone who has died does not sit up in a stretcher as she did. Plus, the sheet was to preserve her dignity, as likely her clothes had either melted to her skin or burnt off. She was in a ventilator to save her organs. The guy says she put her hands on his face and asked if he had cut her hair before. He said, "No, but I can." He said that part was weird. He only realized who it was when she paid. She was only 53. You guys, keep her family in your prayers. This is a sad situation. I mean, I'm going to continue to keep up with it, but I just don't know what else is going to happen. Obviously, they will take her off the vent at some point, and I assume that's when she will pass away. She does have children. She has 2 children, a 20-year-old son and a 13-year-old son. So you guys, keep them in your prayers. I mean, if whenever they decide to take her off the vent, whatever happens, I'll obviously hop on here and keep you guys updated. It's such a sad situation. Drugs, stay away from drugs. I will see you guys in the next one. I'll be back on here tomorrow. We're going to do our Jersey Shore thing tomorrow. If you guys are into Jersey Shore, we're going to be doing a recap tomorrow. Vinny, if you're actually in here, we're going to do the Jersey Shore recap. So you guys join me back here tomorrow. If you're interested in that, we're going to do that. And we're going to do a few other stories tomorrow. Probably end with just a hangout stream for everyone. On your way out, if you don't mind, give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.